Have you ever felt so broken that you didn't even know what to say to God? There's a book in the Bible written for exactly that feeling. It's called Lamentations, and it's one of the most honest and raw books you'll ever read. Lamentations literally means songs of mourning. It's traditionally believed to have been written by the prophet Jeremiah, often called the weeping prophet, and he had a lot to weep about. He was writing from the smoldering ruins of Jerusalem, just after the city was completely destroyed by the Babylonian Empire in 586 BC. Imagine everything you know, your home, your country, your place of worship, gone. That's the setting for this book. It's a funeral song for a nation. So what is this book actually about? It's a collection of 5 poems. 5 heart-wrenching laments that give a voice to national tragedy, deep personal grief, and the agonizing unanswered questions that come with suffering. It's a place in Scripture where God makes room for our pain. It teaches us that mourning isn't just okay. It's a vital part of a real, honest faith. It's about how to bring your broken heart to God instead of turning away from Him in your sorrow. The structure of Lamentations is fascinating. It's not just a chaotic outpouring of emotion. It's carefully crafted. Each of the 5 chapters is a separate poem. What's incredible is that the first 4 chapters are acrostics. This means that in the original Hebrew, each verse or stanza begins with the next letter of the Hebrew alphabet, from Aleph to Toph. It's like the author is trying to contain and structure this overwhelming grief. To work through it from A to Z, it's ordered sorrow. Chapter 1 pictures Jerusalem as a lonely widow, abandoned and desolate. The city itself speaks, crying out, "Is it nothing to you, all who pass by? Look and see if there is any sorrow like my sorrow." Chapter 2 describes the sheer force of God's anger against His own people because of their persistent sin. It's a terrifying and unflinching look at the consequences of rebellion. It doesn't sugarcoat the reality that their suffering is a direct result of their actions. Chapter 3 shifts to a personal perspective. It's one person, likely Jeremiah himself, describing his own deep suffering. He feels like he's been plunged into darkness. But right in the middle of this chapter, in the heart of the whole book, comes this stunning turn. It's the flicker of a candle in a pitch-black room. This is where we find one of the most famous verses in the Old Testament. "Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for His compassions never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness." This is the anchor point. Hope isn't found after the suffering ends. It's found right in the middle of it. Chapter 4 looks back with grief at how far the nation has fallen. It contrasts the former glory of Zion with its current horrifying state of ruin. The gold has become dim. The precious stones are scattered in the streets. Finally, chapter 5 is a communal prayer. The I of chapter 3 becomes a we. It's the voice of the survivors pleading with God for restoration. Restore us to yourself, O Lord, that we may return. Renew our days as of old. So what are the big ideas we can take from Lamentations? First, it validates our grief. In a world that often tells us to get over it or stay positive, Lamentations says it's okay to sit in the ashes for a while. It's okay to weep and to ask hard questions. Second, it connects justice and sin. The book is brutally honest that this tragedy didn't happen in a vacuum. It was the consequence of the people's long-standing rebellion against God. Acknowledging our part in our own brokenness is a hard but necessary step toward healing. But the most powerful theme is hope in the middle of pain. That pivotal moment in chapter 3 shows us that even when everything seems lost, God's mercy is a constant daily reality. His faithfulness isn't dependent on our circumstances. This leads to the theme of waiting and prayer. Hope in Lamentations isn't loud or demanding. It's quiet, patient, and humble. As it says, it is good to wait quietly for the salvation of the Lord. So why does this ancient, dark, poetic book still matter so much to us today? Because we all experience loss. We all have moments of pain and confusion. Lamentations teaches us how to grieve with God, not away from Him. It shows us that true faith isn't about pretending we're not hurting. It's about bringing our authentic hurting selves to God, trusting that He can handle our questions, our anger, and our tears. It shows us that hope isn't the absence of sorrow, but something that can coexist right alongside it. God's mercy doesn't just come after the judgment, it outlasts it. The book ends not with a neat and tidy answer, but with a question, a plea for restoration. It hangs in the air, inviting us not to find a simple solution, but to place our trust in a faithful God, even when the future is uncertain. It's a reminder that even in our darkest nights, the morning is coming, and with it, new mercies. Thanks so much for watching. If this was helpful, please like the video and subscribe for more deep dives into the books of the Bible. See you next time.